supposed to be able to give the global judgment saying that actually she can do it, okay, or he can do it, even though as ST5. I knew the assessment is supposed to be passed. You're supposed to achieve the assessment or a competency by ST2, but because you're moving on the new curriculum, moving on the new ePortfolio, doing one assessment for the simple procedures, okay? You can do just one instead of the previously saying that each OSAT you need to achieve 3 of them, okay? But simple procedures, you can do just one, okay? So like pipelle biopsy, to be honest, hardly anyone is going to watch you doing a pipelle biopsy in the clinic when you're ST5, okay? So simple procedures, you can do it just one and then get on with that way, okay? Some of them will be a bit more challenging, okay? So especially, I'm just going to mention this, especially for ST5, okay? I want you to look right down to the corner on the right side, right at the bottom there, surgical wound debridement, okay? You meant to achieve the competency by ST7. It's a big ask, we understand that, okay? So start looking for those cases. It's not common to start with, okay? And are we able to achieve a level 5? It's very debatable, but at least show some assessments on it, at least attending in assisting a wound debridement. Unfortunately, I do understand some department, wound debridement is not part of gynae surgery as such, because they involve a general surgeon or vascular surgeon in terms of those procedures. I understand that. But you just have to make the effort, start looking and start involving in those cases because they are expected to know how to manage them, apparently. So start looking, so especially in ST5. The reason I'm not mentioning the ST6, 7 is because I have a gut feeling most of you decide to remain on the old curriculum, which doesn't have that as your competency. Okay, if you remain on the old one, you don't need to worry about it at all. This is a new, this is for the new core curriculum. If you decide that I want to join the new core curriculum, you are going to need to try to find a surgical wound debridement as part of your competency, which can be difficult. So ST5, you have no choice but to go on to the new curriculum, start looking, okay? So SIP 13 is non-discrimination and inclusion. What does that even mean? So I'm just going to go straight to the examples, okay? This. Have a look. Okay, mental health, social issues, perinatal mental health communications, all those are the challenging patients, okay? Some of us don't like doing it at all, and some of us actually actively avoiding it, okay? You need to be involved in these patients, okay? Because you are the one that's going to be leading, managing this patient as you become a consultant, okay? So mainly things are social issues, domestic violence, safeguarding, cultural differences, gender variance. So all those, you may not be leading it at all as a trainee, but you need to start being involved in it, okay? And the more senior you are, I expect the more complex the social or mental health or whatever the case is, that will be more complicated, okay? And we had a lovely perinatal mental health teaching in Cambridge in January, and that covers a lot of the issues. And you can start attending, being involved in terms of the safeguarding cases, or you can go for to visit to a mothers and baby unit, see how they manage those patients. So those are the examples that you can go on it, visit the case, and do a reflection upon it or a mini CACs. And those are the examples, okay? Yes, I understand that a lot of times you don't get involved or leading in terms of managing the patients, but you need to know how it works, okay? That's the minimum that you need to know. So for much more junior trainees, you need to know what are the things that is existing in terms of for this. So I've given you the examples in terms of the e-learning examples. There's a lot of them. So go on, have a look. And all of us have to go through safeguarding adults and children trainings as part of it. And yeah, so those are the examples. Okay. And health promotion, promoting good health for the general public. Okay, how do you do that? So these are the things that I've come up with, okay? That's a lot of e-learning things, but understanding how the screening program works, what are the public health initiative, RCOG is published saying that we are improving quality of women's healthcare. There are little projects that you can get involved in, or you can even do a QI project in terms of how to help your department to reduce obesity situation in your of your patients. Those are the simple things, okay? Or how you counsel a patient how to lose weight, lifestyle, preconceptual counseling. All those are promotional health, okay? For the junior trainees, we're talking about a simpler one: smoking cessation, screening program, vaccination, essentially anything that promotes health, okay? It's not rocket science. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of courses, and a lot of them are just free. You just have to look for some of you will ask me, where do you find all these meetings and courses? Google it, NHS England and NHS Improvement. Go on the website, have a look. There are meetings like that. You just have to be involved. Okay? Right. So I'm just going to put this up so that you can have a look at what changes have we made, okay? Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 exams, pretty much the same. The syllabus, what you need to know for your exams is still same. OSATs, no new changes and how it's being done. Certain things has been taken out in terms of procedures. Some of them has been added in. But overall, how it's being done is similar, and other work-based assessment is very similar. You still have the TO1, TO2. The new thing is the self-TO1, which I will go through later because quite a few of you are completely lost, and it's very difficult to email you back in terms of explaining how to do it. So I will go through that in detail later as one of the next session, essentially. The matrix, it is available on RCOG website. For those who are on the new curriculum, core curriculum, there is no minimum mini text, CBD, reflective practice, notes, whatever. We do expect TO2s or TO1, TO2s. There's a minimum of 2, but everything else, there's no minimum. But as you can see, in order to achieve the SIP assessment for all 14 SIPs, you will need quite a lot of evidence. So mini-text, CBD, and reflection or OSATs to as the evidence for each individual SIPs. So even though there's no minimum, you will realize that that's your only way of providing evidence, and you ended up doing quite a few. But for those who decide to remain on the old curriculum, so I'm talking about the ST67, who decides that I want to remain the old core curriculum, you will need to do whatever the old curriculum requires you to do. So 8 mini-text, 8 CBDs, 8 reflections, and obviously plus your TO2s as well. So that still apply. Okay, so if you remain on the old core curriculum, you need to do those minimum numbers. Okay, so this matrix is for those who are on the new core curriculum. Okay, and obviously there are the courses that you meant to go. It's all on. This slide is all available on the RCOG website. But I'll leave it in as part of my presentation so you can have a look later as well. Okay, and okay, right. All of you has your phone. What I need you to do, if you can, log into your ePortfolio, your ePortfolio now, if you can. Okay, take your time and go to my profile, edit it, and go right into the bottom where you find your zip file from previously. Obviously, this doesn't apply to SD1 if you haven't had an ePortfolio before. Okay, go right to the bottom. Can you click or check the box where you save archive file permission? The reason I want you to do this is some of your supervisors, education supervisors, are very keen to look at your old ePortfolio. Okay, it's entirely up to them whether they want to see it or not, but this allows them to be able to access your zip file from previous portfolio. Okay, I know a lot of you already tried to break your zip file into individual parts to link to your core curriculum, the new one. But if your consultant or your supervisor still wants to see your zip file, for whatever reason, you are able to let them see now by doing this. Okay, so I will leave it as part of the presentation. So if you can't do it now, it's not a problem. Do it later, and just to click it, just so that your supervisor can see it. Obviously, unless you don't want your supervisor to see it, then there's a different story. Okay? Yeah? Right. Further information is all on the RCOG website. Okay. I have previously, I think I sent about three times now. How do you transfer from the old ePortfolio to the new ePortfolio? There's a PDF file document by Sarah Dix. I'm more than happy to send it out again, but it will tell you exactly how you link your old curriculum or your old ePortfolio to the new ePortfolio in terms of curriculum items. Okay. And then we will have a little short break. If you have any questions, please by all means ask. That's the end of the first session, essentially. Okay. Right. Let me just bring up. Right. I think some of you did not get the link to the WhatsApp. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay. That's a link to the WhatsApp. Do you have any question? Just take your time, absorb it.
Hi, sorry. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on, please.
It's Joy from SC4 from Hintonbrook. I think we received an email from Shubhadeep saying that we don't have to link the old curriculum to the new one. Is that correct?
You don't have to, but if your supervisor is saying that, what is your evidence? What are you going to answer?
Fine. Okay.
Difficult. It all depends on your educational supervisor. If your educational supervisor actually say, I'm quite happy to sign you off, by all means. But if your educational supervisor is saying that I want to see the evidence, then you will have to link it. It all depends on your supervisor. The reason I ask you, you know, the slide that I say check the box so that your educational supervisor can see it, is so that hopefully you don't have to link everything individually. I know Subhadeep recently sent out email from from the national trainees meeting say that you don't have to, but it's all up to your educational supervisor. If they are like, actually, I'm not happy to sign you off without seeing it, link to it, then you haven't got a choice. It all depends on your educational supervisor. Your current educational supervisor might be happily not seeing it, but what if when you go to your next rotation, your next supervisor saying that, actually, I want to see everything, then you might be a bit stuck. So I think there is a flexibility there, but it all depends on your education supervisor. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you. And I'm really sorry. I actually have your presentation on the computer. How do I join the WhatsApp?
Okay. So can you see the WhatsApp link in front?
Yeah. So I just put that on Google.
You just put onto
Yeah. Thank you.
Take your time. You can always post questions on the WhatsApp as well. And obviously we'll leave the WhatsApp group running for however long it needs to be. So if there are times that you realize that you've got a question that you want to ask, and then sometimes it's a bit easier to contact us via WhatsApp. But there's a couple of us, and each other you can help each other. Some of us might know the answer already. Okay.
And put the slide back. Sorry. The one with the link for the chat.
That's the one. Can you see my PowerPoint at the moment?
No.
Oh, in terms of this, hold on.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Right. Hold on. Can you all turn off your camera to start with? I think that's part of the problem. Is if someone else is talking, you might realize that the screen is off. Can you see it now or not still? Hold on.
No.
Just give me 2 seconds. What I can do?
Email otherwise.
Yeah, I was just about to say, can you send me email right now, and I can give you the link directly.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's okay.